Children playing in the park. Zombies chasing the children. Zombie. Zombies. Hello friends. Today I'd like to show you a new project I've been working on. This is kind of a fun one. It's for real-time speech to image, and I'm using a couple of models for this. I'll just go through the flow here quickly. So the two models I'm using are the Distil Whisper. I'm using the medium size one, and Stable Diffusion SDXL Turbo. I talked about this one briefly in my last video. This gives you a very fast text to image, and Distil Whisper gives you very fast speech to text. So the overall flow is you speak into the microphone, Distil Whisper figures out what you say. I've also added a theme component on it, so there's a user interface that pops up, and then you can choose from a bunch of different themes: Renaissance, oil painting, anime, line art, retro comic book. Anyway, just to add a little bit of additional fun. Right, so it takes what you say, turns into the prompt, and layers on the theme, and then we spin off a thread, and then we run the Stable Diffusion pipeline for the SDXL Turbo, and then generate an image. And I run this in a thread because I want the Distil Whisper just to be in this infinite loop where it's always listening for what you're saying. So it will just continuously produce new images until you stop it. So that's the overall flow. And I'll just quickly show you the code here. Right, so I load up some Hugging Face pipelines. First, I actually try to determine what type of acceleration you have, whether it's CUDA or MPS. In my case, it happens to be MPS. I'm running this on a Mac. If you don't have any hardware acceleration, then it just defaults to CPU. Load up the Distil Whisper model in a pipeline, and then create the transcriber pipeline here, automatic speech recognition using the model. And then I create a directory called .img. That's where all the images show up. Then I create the Stable Diffusion pipeline, and then jump down to the bottom here. Then basically I start up a thread with the transcribe, which is this chunk here. First I generate just a white background image just so I can prime the image generation. Then I tell you to start talking. Then we load up the microphone and just start the transcriber, and this loop will basically keep going. It picks out the tokens of what you're saying, and then we spin off a new thread when it's done. Every I think I set it up for 3 seconds. I'll have to double check that anyway. Anyway, so after it's done picking up what you're saying, then it spins off a thread to this generate image method up here. Here, generate image, just calls the diffusion pipeline. I run number of inference steps to be 3. I found 1, the images came out a little bit janky, so could probably even go a bit higher. Now I'm running on a Mac Ultra, M2 Ultra, so I could probably step this up a bit without seeing much slowdown. So that's the code. I'll put a link to the GitHub repo here if you want to try this out yourself. So basically you start it up. Okay, so now it's listening to me, so everything I start saying, it should start drawing images for. Majestic lion. A peacock. A man holding a hammer. Anyway, you get the idea. Hope you've enjoyed this, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.